Hi friends, it's Jenny. I am getting ready to work on this week's Cherry on Top Sketch Challenge. This is a sketch layout I do weekly. It's a challenge hosted by a Cherry on Top. They provide the example for you to use, and then you go ahead and you load it up using whatever products you want, whatever pictures you want. It's really just, hey, follow this sketch and let us see what you can create with it. This is number 443. It's due on Wednesday, September 10th. It looks like, so we've got our 12 by 12. There's a large piece of paper down the middle. We've got 3 photos here. There is some, looks like some torn bits behind the photo here. We've got a ticket, a button, a little paper clip. We've got some tiny words. We've got some ephemera bits up here and a title. Let me show you what I'm going to use. Now, I've talked about my friend Melanie from She Shed Scraps before, and my admiration of her using stuff when it comes in. So I'm going to be like Melanie. I am going to be using my Bella Boulevard documented collection. This is one of the newest things that I've received in my inventory recently, and the pictures that I'm going to use, I really care. Let me show you what I'm going to use. So last year, right after Quinn's baby sister was born, her dad took her to like a local minor league baseball team game. And it just so happened to be they were having a pirate princess night. So here, of course, Quinn, she's a princess. So she was wearing her Elsa costume here, her Seattle Seahawks hat. She had a little, foam finger, all in, ready to go. Here, before the game, she got to meet the mascots. And the team is called the Joliet Slammers. So it's like a prisoner and a prison guard are the mascots. We've got here, this is her photo before she was leaving, going with her dad. This is her at the game. It was kind of loud, and of course now she has turned into a pirate at this point. Here's another really cute one of her and her dad together. Here is her posing with the princesses, and then just a larger one of the pirate. I probably won't use, well, they're different photos. We'll see. I'm going to do a 2-page layout, although I will only enter the one. Well, I'll put them both in the gallery, but, using the sketch, I'm just going to do the 1-page layout. I figured I'd use this one, and I was thinking of using these 2 for the other 2, or I can always use, of course, 2 pictures with her dad, maybe, or we'll see. But I'm going to do a 2-page layout just to get all of these done to get this event taken care of. Now, like I said, I'm going to use the documented collection from Bella Boulevard. And what did I get? Now, I did not buy the whole collection. I bought the pieces that I knew I would use. It was just my way to do the sampling of supplies, just by some of the pieces, not all of the pieces, knowing that I like to keep an inventory of Bella Besties so that I have a lot of the B-sides already of papers. And, just not bringing in something that I don't think I'll use. I have the ephemera icons. There's lots of everyday stuff in here. You've got cameras and banners and, that had the little paper clip on here. There's clips in here. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. There's phones and glasses, and it's everyday documentation. I do have the puffy stickers, and as you can see, it's a lot of cameras and flowers, and got a title down here and up here. I bought these Bella Besties that go with this collection, which they're Bella Pops. Just the cameras with the smile, and then this one is just like office equipment. And here are the papers I'm thinking of using. I'm thinking of using this one for that border down the strip, down the middle. And I'll use it on both sides of the layout. The back of this paper, so this one is called Captured, and the back is just a nice aqua grid. This is a piece of paper that I would find in one of my Bella Besties. There's this piece of paper called Snippets, and there are those tiny words that I showed you, and one of the pieces that I'm not buying from the Bella Boulevard collections are their It's either called This and That sheet, or that might be what Doodlebug calls it, but it's the sticker sheet. It's got an alpha on there, and then just you know, some kind of sticker items. I don't need alpha you can always use alphas. There's nothing wrong with having alphas, but I just don't find myself turning to them. I have lots of Bella's Luna alphas because I absolutely love them. I've got them in every color. And when I go to She Loves Color this year, I'll probably buy some more. But that's why I don't buy the sticker sheet. So I've got the snippet, so I thought maybe if I want to get a couple words from here. The back of this is just a tone-on-tone heart paper. I pulled this one, which is the Daily Detail papers. Along the one side of that photo, you saw that there was a like a piece of paper or a tag or piece of torn paper. I figured if I want to use one of these to do that. The back of this is a bunch of paper clips. I could even use this if I wanted to. Again, this is called Daily Details. I pulled out the border paper in case there's something I want to use here. There's nothing that I saw right off the bat that makes me think I have to use it, but I pulled it in just in case. And this is just called Borders. The back of this is a tone-on-tone red flower. I pulled, of course, my favorite piece of paper from any collection, regardless of if it's Bella Boulevard or Simple Stories or whatever collection it may be. It's a diagonal stripe. I love me a diagonal stripe, and I love this colorful one. The back of this totally made me think of a Bella Bestie. This is called Hello, and it's just a black background with a white tiny polka dot. So what did I pull in from Bella Besties? As I said, I'm going to do a 2-page layout. So I pulled this one. This is in the color, it'll be on the back side. This is in the color Blueberry. So this is called Gingham and Stripes. I thought maybe I would use the stripe paper. The gingham is too busy for me. I then pulled also this one. So this is another one that has the blueberry on there. White background with tiny blue polka dots. And the back of this is plaid. So this is called Plaids and Dottie. And again, this is in blueberry. And if anything, I thought about using this side. And then the last example that I pulled of a Bella Bestie is this one. It's called Hearts and Ombre White. So it's white with gray hearts. Or maybe it's just considered another white, but it looks to me like little gray hearts. In the back of this is an ombre going from the gray to the white. I really don't care for the ombre papers. I usually use it for the hearts. So I've got 3 choices as far as backgrounds go. When I start cutting up papers and laying things out, we'll figure out which one we're going to use. And then for more embellishments, I did purchase the Chow Chip. So I've got the Chow Chip. Look, there's a paper clip, couple paper clips. So those are there to use. Cameras. Love Life would be a great title. Good Days would be a great title. So I've got that there. Now in the sketch down here, there was a button. So what I did is I purchased these buttons, and I really love the colors of them. And if you look at like this fuchsia, and that's a Bella color. That is a Bella color if you've ever seen a Bella color. So I pulled these. I actually have these in my fall kit because some of the collections that I have picked have these bright colors in them. So I put this in there. But then I thought, what if I want a different color? So I pulled out, I have this ball jar, and in here are all of my October afternoon buttons. And there's like a deep blue one in here that I thought maybe if I use one of the blue backgrounds, I could use the blue button. But we'll see. I've got enough buttons to choose from to pick a button for this layout. See, there's that blue. Ugh. And a lot of the October afternoon buttons had a little bit of a design on them. Yeah, that one does. It's got like a flower on there, which would be perfect. So, not sure. Depends on the background that I pick. I've got buttons. I've got twine to put through buttons. I've got potential backgrounds. I've got my photos. So, let me go ahead, figure out what I'm going to do, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, friends. I have completed this week's A Cherry on Top Sketch Challenge. Excuse me, using the documented collection from Bella Boulevard. And as I mentioned previously, I did turn it into a double-page sketch. So this page is what's representative of the sketch, where you had your 3 photos, large title, there was an embellishment cluster over here, there were some tiny words down the middle here, and in addition I added this little cluster as well as the little pennant flag up here. So I ended up using 2 Blvds. I used the heart on the background, and then I used the stripe on the outside. I did gut the stripe so that I have the gingham here, and I did actually just put it with this collection so that next time I use it, I've got that nice blue to go with it. So I had picked out 3 Blvds, and I ended up using 2 of them. So I really liked the camera paper down the middle here. The pennant flag I just like because, hey, it's at a baseball game, right? It's nice to have little pennant flags. For here, I wanted to show you, I actually used my ticket punch from EK Success. I've had this for some time. This was a long ago recommendation from Shamil when she, said she uses tickets on a lot of punches. So this was on the back of one of the 3x4 cards. I also used my heart punch here for those hearts. There was actually then more pieces of that tag. I also used the button from this little package of buttons. Who are these from? Fun Stamper's Journey. I ended up using the pink because when I put the blue down there, because remember I wanted to use maybe one of my October afternoon ones, it just kind of, it didn't pop. It just kind of blended in. For the tiny words, instead of cutting up that 12x12 piece of paper, I ended up bringing out my Tim Holtz Ideology book, this small talk book. I have not used it very often, and it's kind of near my desk now to go ahead and make sure I do use it. I ended up using one of the puffies down here. I put a flower cluster down here. The Good Days is part of the Chow Chips that worked perfectly. So here is page 1, and this is what matches the sketch for the Bella Boulevard this week. Me making it a 2-page sketch to finish up those photos. As I mentioned, they went to the Slammers game, and it was a pirate princess night. So here is the pirate patch, and then here are the princesses. So she did go in her Elsa dress, but she had clothes underneath it. And here is when she got to meet the mascots. Mascots are a big thing. Her mom loves to meet mascots. So it's kind of being transitioned to her. This here was a top of one of the 3x4 cards. I just kind of cut around here and used that little scallop here. This butterfly is ephemera. This butterfly is chipboard. And then I used this flower from the puffies. Snapshots is also a piece from the puffies. The clip here is from ephemera. These flowers are from ephemera. This telephone is from ephemera. And I used one of the Bella Pops. Once again, I chose 3 more tiny word stickers from the Tim Holtz book. This one says collect beautiful moments, adventure is worthwhile, and be awesome today. And then I just added the date and where they were at down here. As usual, I try to use puffies under where I felt that would, a nice little bit of dimension would be added. Here's what it looks like as a 2-pager. And I do use 3-ring binders for mine. So, having it separate a little bit is okay. So these 3 tiny words of today is a good day, remember the now, and love you, with it being Queenie and her daddy. So I got a 2-page layout done with a new collection in my space. Entering this into the Cherry on Top Sketch Challenge for this week. Let me know what you think, and if you're playing along this week, I love to take a look. And thank you for spending your time with me. I do appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Take care. Bye.